Walt Disney first opened Disney World, the second of his theme parks, in 1971. What made them so different from an ordinary amusement park was the theming of the park, hence the name. These theme parks bring the sense of wonder to guests and make the imaginary real. There are 4 parks that make up Disney World: Magic Kingdom, which was the first to be built, Epcot, Hollywood Studios, and the newest, Animal Kingdom. Epcot stands for Experimental Prototype City of Tomorrow, and Walt Disney originally planned for Epcot to be built as a perfect city and a showcase of the technology of tomorrow. But when Walt unfortunately passed away from lung cancer before the park opened, the plans were changed and Epcot was changed into another theme park for guests to enjoy. When building all the parks, Disney wanted to make the guests feel as if they were in a different world, putting in fine detail in every single part of these parks. To make this happen, they hired a bunch of illustrators, architects, engineers, lighting designers, show writers, graphic designers, and many more, who are now known as Imagineers in the Disney World. Disney World really brings the imagination and wonder of every single guest who visits to life. A truly magical experience that draws people in. Our class researched the methods used to draw people into the imaginary world by writing an essay about our point of view on the subject. One of my reasons was how the imaginary world has something for everyone, such as a different subgenre of fantasy, and it also allows people to become whatever you'd like, such as a talking animal or a superhero. Another reason was how imaginary worlds and fantasy always seem to have a storyline and characters, such as good versus evil, a hero to the rescue, or a quirky character. My main point of focus was Alice in Wonderland for this paragraph. My final reason I wrote for my essay was how fantasy and imaginary worlds helps you escape from reality and everyday stresses you may have in your life. After coming up with the reasons for the essay, we wrote our first draft in class, and then edited it for a good copy. We then turned it into a book with pictures that are describing what we are trying to say with our 3 points for our essay. Epcot contains 2 main themed areas in the park, including Future World and the World Showcase. Epcot is a great example of an imaginary world because they integrate cultures of the different countries that they feature in the park, and they contain an aspect of learning about technology. The World Showcase in Epcot contains 11 areas dedicated to represent the specific countries, including Mexico, Norway, China, Germany, Italy, United States, Japan, Morocco, France, United Kingdom, and Canada. Epcot draws people in because it creates an experience of traveling around the world within one location, giving visitors the opportunity to try new food and see a new culture. Each country represented in Epcot features landscapes, architecture, streetscapes, attractions, shops, and restaurants from that country. Some of the most popular rides in the World Showcase part include Test Track, Spaceship Earth, and the Sea with Nemo and Friends. One ride that a lot of people visiting Disney World, especially in Epcot, enjoy is Soaring, because it is a fully immersive experience that leaves you in awe. When waiting in line for the ride, there are many activities you can do to keep yourself interested, such as a trivia game that you can play on your phone with family and friends, learning and answering questions about international cuisine, culture, history, and landmarks. When you get on the ride, Soarin' is a fully immersive experience that engages all 5 senses. For sight, the screen for the flight simulation is a 4K resolution of over 4,000 pixels on an 80-foot concave 180-degree laser projection screen. For touch, the Imagineers enhance the illusion of hang gliding by making the ride tilt back and forth synchronized with the film. For smell and taste, various scents are injected into the air, such as rose blossoms in Taj Mahal, grass in Africa, and sea breeze over the ocean. For sound, Soarin' has a theme music that they play throughout the experience that changes tempo when traveling to different places. The flight gives the guests an overall experience of hang gliding and flying through the clouds without leaving that far off the ground, also experiencing different places without actually traveling to them.
Okay.
Does this help?
Yeah, it helps a lot.
So, what do you think makes Disneyland, what do you think draws people to Disneyland?
I think think what draws people to Disney World is the fact that it's a one-of-a-kind organization. I mean, you have 4 different parks, 2 water parks, a shopping district. It's a resort. Literally, you can spend your whole vacation here and not go anywhere else, and actually visit other parts of the world. I mean, that's one of the things with Epcot. Different parts of the world.
Okay, and like you just said about Epcot, that makes sense. But like, what else do you think makes Epcot different from the rest?
Well, Epcot's actually 2 parts that were smashed into one. So you have Future World, which is a more futuristic take on things. So a lot of our rides deal with space exploration, dealing with cars, how they are made, how they're tested. We have rides like Soarin', which are state-of-the-art rides, which is what we're seeing outside of right now. And then you also have the World Showcase. So, I mean, literally, where else can you go in the world and actually go to Canada and France and Mexico and Morocco all in one day? Nowhere else in the world can you do that.
And what do you think, like, how do you think Soarin' compares to a real flight or a game?
It compares very to an actual flight, not as much just because you're literally just sitting in a chair and you're not doing anything. As far as the hang glider or a gliding plane without an engine, it's very, very similar because whenever you feel the gusts of wind lift you up and actually put you back down, that's actually what happens when you go onto a glider. So it's actually very, very similar to that.
Okay, thank you
All right,
so
you're
much.
very welcome.
Thanks.
When filming Soarin', the Disney Imagineers and researchers developed a state-of-the-art digital camera that is one of the highest resolution cameras in the world. The filming took over a year to plan and was filmed using a helicopter flying over these many locations that Soarin' travels to. The screen that is used for projection makes the experience the most realistic and spectacular as possible with a very high resolution. The screen will never fade, scratch, or show any dirt because of the new projection system and screen technology in place. These imaginary worlds we all love, whether it's Disney or a favorite childhood storybook, pull people in and give the readers or viewers an endless possibility, which helps deal with daily stress we all go through, and gives us another point of view on our own problems that we face. Disney, and especially Soarin', give the guests a sense of wonder for what's ahead and engaging experience for the guests in all 5 senses. The cast members and scenery in each park make it unique to itself and give the guests a different environment when visiting each park. Disney is a place where memories are made and dreams come true, as it is known as the happiest place on earth.